All right, so third topic of the day today, we're going to talk about cured meats. This includes jerky, this includes anything that can be cold smoked. Basically, you can leave it without refrigeration. And, you know, in our current pandemic, you know, people went wild at the beginning of the grocery store. Everything was empty. And I also read some report that beef jerky sales were up 187%. And
I'm sure.
I mean, it is the go-to food.
Well, and you got to figure, like you said, it doesn't need to be refrigerated.
No.
So if you're really stocking up on stuff, you don't want a bunch of perishables.
Absolutely not.
And then God forbid, like you do what my wife does, where she like loads everything right in front of the motor in the freezer, pretty much.
The fan?
Yeah, and you're like, hey, don't do that. No, it's cool. If this goes out, we're done.
You creating the back pressure.
Yeah.
Work for the compressor.
Yeah, you're like, hey.
Okay, see, you dumbasses, I told you. They are kids.
Yeah.
Man, friggin'.
I can't stop fucking with these things.
Anyways, just on that, we're gonna have to have more beer. All right, so back to our topic. 5 minutes, we're gonna talk about cured meats, and 5 minutes go. So, as we were saying, jerky sales are up, people went bananas, everyone wants the non-perishable proteins, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. So, in lieu of this topic, I've got a taste test for you, Jake. And this comes from, it's called a Kentucky ham. It's a fully cooked ham, but it's cured the old school style way. It hasn't been refrigerated in, who knows, maybe 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, a year.
Cured with salt, brown sugar, red and black pepper.
That's it, old school methodology.
Apparently simple, stupid.
That, you know, that works.
Yeah.
And this guy's name's Tim. He's got a place in Kentucky, and this is all he does. And he makes all sorts of different hams. But this is, in the ham world, like sodium nitrate, they do all this stuff. But this is like a 1945, 1954, something 1940, 50 recipe that he's had. And that's it. It's just ham, cured, doesn't need any refrigeration, and it's good to go. So have at it. Let's try it out here. And just so you guys know, I do professionally as a job that pays my bills. I'm in the meat space, cured meats, jerky, smoking meats, that whole category. So I know some things about things, I hope at least. Maybe I don't, but it doesn't matter. And Jake is going to be my guinea pig today. So
I like it.
I've tried this, and I'm going to see what he thinks.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Do you consider it safe?
100%.
All right, see, there you have it, guys.
That's good. That's actually...
You think you throw it on a pan, cook it up like bacon?
Yeah, because it's real thin. It's not like...
Oh, wow. That's super excellent.
Yeah.
You think you could sell, like if you saw that at the store, would you get a piece of that? Like if it was wrapped with like a pre-made sandwich?
100%. That's exactly what I was thinking of doing with it, is like you put that in a sandwich. That's really good though. That's surprisingly, it wasn't really what I was expecting.
What were you expecting? Oh, that's cool.
I don't know what I was I was expecting like the flavor to be completely different.
No, it tastes like ham, just a little bit saltier ham.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking though, that it was going to taste something completely different than ham though.
Isn't it amazing that, you know, all these old school recipes are been around, but no one does them anymore. They're like a lost trade.
And I don't understand that. Like, why reinvent the wheel?
Well, time, right? So to cure this thing, you have to put them in, you have to hang them and let them sit for months. So it's not like, hey, it's for instance, jerky nowadays. You can cure jerky, I can cook it, be done with it in 4 hours.
Right.
This stuff, the way they cured this, you got to let the ham and the sugar and the salt
all soak
sit there and be in a 70-degree temperature room, and then eventually it gets to this stage, which, you know, time is of the essence. So I get it. Oh, look, it's a ghetto bird. No. So back to the cured meat stuff. So jerky back in the day, cowboy. You know, shoots his kill, has all this extra meat. What does he do? He cuts it into thin slabs, sticks over the horse's back, puts the saddle on top of it, goes cross country. Horse sweats, the sweat and the salt comes out, cures the meat. And voila, you have jerky.
Really?
Yeah, true story. I mean,
That's fucking awesome.
yeah, same thing. So they've got this thing called biltong. Probably heard. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's basically the South African version of cured meat, and it's very done similar style like this.
Real thin. I've noticed all the cured stuff is always.
It has to be
Real thin.
You'll never penetrate
all of it.
Well, you can, because they do whole sides, and they do like a cold smoke, and it'll sit there. But same thing. That's a 3-month process for making that happen. And yep, we got you. Thank you. 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or whatever it might be. But yeah, so that's how jerky came about. And the biltong, same thing. It's just air dried. So they literally stick it right now. The popular home way method is in a cardboard box, and you cut it really, really thin. You cure it with vinegar, vinegar, salt, spices, and you just let it hang. And the meat dries out, and it's pretty much good for who knows how long.
Yeah, that's what I always wondered.
How long?
How long? I mean, obviously it's going to last a long time, especially when it's packaged, but how long would this last?
In that package?
Before...
I've never done the test, and I'm sure we could find some people that have had jerky forever, but...
And then does it go bad?
So I've got a story for you. So I've got a guy that just emailed in on this little email, and he says, hey, finally got my product, not your fault. I'm like, okay, so further down the thread, he ordered something in 2015. 2015, right? And he gets his package, or he didn't get the package, right? His neighbor, literally 2 weeks ago, comes over, knocks on his door, is like, oh yeah, hey, by the way, I have your package. And he hands him a package of jerky.
2015.
Yeah, so that's been 5 years. And I'm waiting for him to email me back, but we said, listen, if there's no mold on it, go for it. So we know we have at least 5 years stable.
That's pretty damn good.
I mean, the truth is, if you keep it out of oxygen like this, and it's contained, it should last for a long time.
Bunch of heat, probably, right?
Yeah.
It should last for...
Inevitably, I guess. But I guess everything has an expiration.
Not Twinkies.
Not Twinkies. You know what else? I was at your grandma's house in Washington, and she has all the canned foods.
Yes, she does.
She has all the canned foods, right?
She does.
I thought, hey, it'd be a great idea. I'll try some of this stuff. So I got I opened up a thing of pecans or like nuts or whatever she had stored. And anyways, check it out. So more technical difficulties. If anyone can give us pointers on this Sony A7 II on why it just stops recording for some effing reason. I don't know why, it just stops. Would love to figure that out because it's cutting content that we need. We lost a little segment. And to close off, yeah, whatever.